Okay, it says we're live. We're live. It's alive, I tell you. Yeah, I'm wearing these glasses for a particular reason. I'll talk about it in a couple of minutes because I can't see anything. So please forgive my tardiness, but I was sanding. I was sanding stuff, and I had to complete that sanding job. And we're all done. We're not like, what are we, a minute off? And we have two dogs like clamoring to come up. So let's bring them up. Come on, Doodle. You come up first. And now you, Canelo, you come up. Here we go. Oh. All right. Let's see if we can get a better. There they are. Canelo and Doodle, everybody. All right. So there's a story behind these glasses. I'll tell you in a minute. Let me put the other glasses on so I can see what you're saying. You guys need to calm down. I know you want the snack. You smell snacks. I have snacks here. You smell them, but you're going to have to wait a second. All right, let's see. Hang on one second. Let me get back up here. Let me get everything organized. And we lost Canelo, but he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. Okay, I'm just checking. I heard the thing go off, and I wanted to make sure that, as usual, we didn't have video or audio. Calm down, Doodle. Calm down. It's okay. Calm down. All right, here, hang on a second. I gotta make a couple adjustments here. There's that, there's that, there's that. There we go. Okay, so let's see who, Doodle. It's okay. It's okay, Doodle. You guys want snacks, right? I'm sorry. All right, I'll give you guys snacks. That's what they're here for, the snacks, you know? All right, here we go. Snack for you. Snack for you. And off they go. No loyalty whatsoever. All right. I guess we don't need to see them. All right, there we go. So we got Jules. We got Ice Hand. We got Miguel Rangel. We have Janice. We have Duplik. Hey, Duplik. Glad you could make it. Adam Hev. Elvis, what did you do? Julie saying all the boys. Doodle Canelo. Sees, Jake sees glasses. Just a second, Jake. I'm going to explain that. Where's my dad, Hunter S. Thompson? I need the cigarette holder. Let's see. Grubwork is here. Cool. Grubwork's here early. So have you decided to sand instead of waxing your bikini line? No, I need a weed whacker. All right. Too much information. Nobody needed to hear that. Let's see. Who else? Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. Okay. I put the glasses back on for a second. Val is back. That was weird. Elvis was in your live stream for all right, hang on a second. Thank you very much. These are not like Elvis. I do have a pair of Elvis glasses somewhere, and they're different because they have thicker gold frames, and they're more like solid frames. These are kind of like aviators, but they're graduated, and they're like kind of a reddish tint. Now, so the reason I have these, and I'm not going to wear them for the whole live stream. I just wanted to put it on at the beginning. But I wanted to tell you guys, you guys like stories? You guys want to hear a story? I'll tell you a story. When I was a kid, especially going into teenage years, there's two things that I wanted that I didn't have. One was a middle name, did not have a middle name. And the other one was to wear glasses. I always wanted to wear glasses. So when I was, I probably about maybe 17 or so, when I was about 17, this is back, remember, this is the 70s. I found these glasses that one looked exactly like this. Maybe there was a little bit redder and it was more pronounced. The graduation was more pronounced. So I had a pair of red ones and I had a pair of blue ones, and I wore them to school. And so I could see fine out of them. It's not like your sunglasses and they darken everything. You could see fine out of them. And I remember one of the teachers telling me, "Do you need those glasses?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And I was not lying because emotionally I did need these glasses because I wanted to wear glasses. So, and I also had a pair of clear ones, not even reading glasses, just clear glass. And I would wear those every once in a while too, just because I wanted to wear glasses. Now that I have to wear glasses to read, it's a pain in the ass. So, but back then, back when I was a teenager, I wanted to wear glasses, and so I had. Now, the reason I'm wearing these today, these are not the glasses I had in the 70s. I have no idea what happened to those, but we just happened to be in the dollar store, and I saw these on the rack, and I go, "Oh my God, they're like the glasses I had when I was 17 years old. So Claudia says, "We'll get them." So I bought them, and every once in a while I just take these out, and I don't think they're really good in the sun, but you know, they just kind of bring back that my teenage years when I was 17 in high school and wearing these glasses in high school. So that's why I wore those. Little story for you guys. You know, that's it. Just a story. Thank you. Thank you very much. There was something else I was going to mention to you guys. Oh, so as part of the story, I told you that there were two things that I wanted when I was a kid. One was to wear glasses, and the other one was had to have a middle name. So I was born without a middle name. It was Valentino Herrera. And I don't even say that right. Like any of you Spanish speakers out there, you probably say it a lot better than I do. But I didn't have a middle name. And with a name like that, you know, who needs a middle name anyways? But I always wanted a middle name. So I went to Catholic school for 8 years, served an 8-year sentence there. And when you're in Catholic school, you have to do confirmation. I don't know what they're confirming, but you have to do confirmation. And when you get confirmed, you have to pick a name, a confirmation name. And so I picked Michael because it was the only thing that went with my name. And so you know, that was it. Was my confirmation name. I didn't really think much of it afterwards, but then I go, hey, cool. Now I have a middle name. The problem is it wasn't legal because it wasn't on my birth certificate. It wasn't on my social security card and everything. So as an adult, I went into the social security office and I added that as my middle name. And so now I can wear glasses and I have a middle name. And now wearing glasses is a pain in the ass, but you know, there you go. So there we go. They'd look awesome with your hat. Do you guys want to see the hat? Do you guys want to see the hat? You want to see the hat? Yes, no? My two kids both have two middle names. Oh, wow. Yeah, and I think in Latin American Spanish countries, that it's not two middle names, but it's two surnames because you also use your mother's maiden name as part of your last name. So that's why, you know, it'll be so-and-so Rodriguez Gonzalez or something like that. So I know that they have two last names. And then sometimes they have a different middle name than a first name. So you might have brother's name like Juan David and Juan Ricardo. They're brothers. They both have that first name Juan, but then they have a different middle name, and they go by the middle name. It's really confusing and everything. So you know it is. Oh, people want to see the hat. All right, well, I'll show you the hat. The hat is a little large, but I was wearing it yesterday for yard work. Does it make me look like Juan Valdez? That's my South American gardening or yard work hat. Anyways, that's my hat. Okay. Back to basics. How is everybody? Did anybody sneak in the room while I was busy doing stupid stuff? Anybody? Don't start with the middle name stuff. Sorry, Jules. Do you want one? I mean, I think I can still give you one. Do you want one? I mean, I know. Depending who you ask, you have one. Oh, there's Canelo. Look. If he knocks that thing down, that's my Liverpool pillow. Better not knock that down. Let's see. That's a 10 10 dad hat. Reminds me of what my father wears. Yeah, like I said, it's a little large, so like I can't wear it when it's windy out because then it just takes off. But you know, when I'm working out in the yard with the sun and everything, it's perfect. It's a perfect hat. Does Canelo have a middle name? He doesn't even have a last name. He's just Canelo. It's like Sting or Cher or you know or Usher. You know, he's just Canelo, and Doodle is just Doodle. Doodle doesn't have a last name either. He's just Doodle and Canelo. I said Doodle, and he shows up. Doodle, you cannot have another snack. You cannot have another snack. I will not. I cannot give you another. You want to come up? You can come up, but I can't. But I'm not going to give you a snack. Okay. So here's what happens. I pay attention to Doodle, and I start petting Doodle, and Canelo gets jealous, and then he starts coming up, and he pushes my hand away when I try to pet Doodle. All right, Canelo, you want to come up? You come up, and then we're going to get Doodle. All right. So there's Canelo. We'll put this back down so you guys can see them. There's Canelo. And let's get Doodle. Come here. Come here, Doodle. Come here. Come here. Here we go. You're not getting another snack. At least not yet. Got to pace yourself. All right, there we go. Oops, sorry. you stuck on something? There we go. All right. Canelo sounds like a squeak toy. Is your leg okay? Huh? Is your leg okay? Come here. Come here. Up here. There we go. All right. Canelo and Doodle, everybody. Aren't they adorable? They're just adorable. Well, they would be more adorable if they weren't just up here looking for snacks, which they are. You guys doing okay? You doing okay? You doing okay? Yeah, they're doing okay. All right. We get things to do. Well, we got a few minutes. You can do doggy stuff here. I mean, let's not get carried away. Canelo, what are you doing, Canelo? He's like winding his way under Doodle. This is like, you know what? Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna go get their bed. There we go. There you go, guys. There's your bed. So you can get in there. There you go. Let me put this down a little bit. There we go. That's good. So you guys saw Canelo, which is good because then it disproves the theory that based on the thumbnail that we used, I did not cook and eat Canelo. You got me earlier, so did Janice. Sometimes I don't respond, so no, sometimes I miss you, and so I apologize if I missed anybody. All right, got to have some water. Story of my life. I don't know. There's many ways to take that. Don't take it the wrong one. And I got water all over the desk, but that's me. All righty. How is everybody? I missed you guys last week. We could not do a live stream last week. Had family stuff to do. And this week coming up, I may or may not be able to live stream. It's hard to say because I'm going to be traveling on that day, traveling on Sunday. I might move the live stream to Saturday. Are you guys interested in that? Would you guys be interested in watching a live stream if I did it on Saturday? Let's do a poll. That's what they're for. Let's do a poll. All right, there we go. Did I start the poll? I did not start the poll. Now I started the poll. All right, there we go. Traveling, going anywhere fun. Going to the city, the big, big city. I'll make a big noise with all the big boys. Yes, Julie, I am going somewhere fun. I'm going to pick up Julie. So yeah, we're going to pick up Julie. Julie's coming down to visit us for 2 weeks. So you're going to see some more Julie over the next 2 weeks because she's going to be here and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be so much fun having Julie here. It's going to be awesome. Canelo and Doodle, the Statler Waldorf. Yeah, grouchy old men. And when I say old men, it's funny because Doodle makes old man noises at night. It's like, but only at night. Like only at night when he's sleeping, he makes these old man noises. I don't even make old man noises. I might snore, but I don't think so because I stayed awake to listen and I don't snore. So there we go. Let's see. Did I get everybody? Did I respond to everybody? Did anybody have a response, like, or a question or a thing that I didn't respond to? No? No? Okay, cool. All right. Well, we are at 3:16 p.m., so we might as well get started. So, all right. I'm going to tell you what our adult beverage is today, and I don't want you to disappoint me. You guys know what you need to do, okay? You ready? You ready for this? Now, here's our adult beverage today. Today, we're going to try poker. He waits. Poker. It's beer. Anybody? Okay. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. I thought everybody would be on top of that one, but Adams, that's a different one. That's interesting. So this is Cerveza Poker Lager, and it is a 4.0% ABV, but it still has the Department of Health warning on it. 4.0, it's pretty low for a beer. I mean, standard, average beer is about 5%. Here, I need a coaster. Let's see. Here we go. The boys are just chilling in their bed right there. So that's all they wanted. I wanted to say it, but I took a shot instead because this setup caught me off guard. It's never too late. So again, today we are doing poker, Jake. And poker beer was introduced to the market in 1929 by La Colombiana de Cervezas in Manizales, Colombia. And it is currently produced by Cerveceria Bavaria, or Bavaria Brewery, which is the largest, I think it's the largest or second largest brewery in Colombia. Well, the largest brewery in Colombia, the second largest brewery in South America, I think it is. And it was founded in 1889 by Leo Kopp in Bogota, Colombia, as Kopp's Bavaria Fábrica de Cerveza Alemana, which is maker of German beer. Kopp's Bavaria, maker of German beer. In 2005, Bavaria Brewery became a subsidiary of SAB Miller, Miller like the beer, which in 2006 was acquired by Anheuser-Busch InBev. So now, that's this giant corporation conglomeration thing, and it's part of Anheuser-Busch now. But the beer was originally introduced in 1929 by La Colombiana de Cervezas in Manizales, Colombia. In addition to poker, Bavaria also makes Águila. We've done Águila on the show before in episodes. It's like the Budweiser of South America, or of Colombia, anyways. And Club Colombia, which I think we did a Rafajo where we used Club Colombia. So the question is, as long as we're talking about poker, in what country was poker first played? The question, in what country was poker first played? Don't go there. Let's see. I have a question for you, Val. What happened with your Catalina vid? Only 2 comments on it. Did YouTube lose it for most people or something else? I don't know. Maybe people just weren't interested in it. I have no idea. So I mean, it's out. It's there, right? It's still there, right? It wasn't taken down, was it? Let me look. Hang on, because that would suck. I think it's still up. Let me see here. Customize. Yeah. No, I don't want to do that. Let me look here. No, it's still up. 82 views. So, it has 2 comments, but it does have 82 views. So that's not bad. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess people just weren't interested in it. So, or interested in leaving comment. And here's the thing about comments, guys. If you guys leave comments, I will always try to respond to your comments. Always. So we're not so big a channel that, there's too many comments and we can't address them all and everything. We will always address your comments. Let's see. Oh, Jeff is here. Hey, Jeff, welcome. Happy Sunday to you as well. Let's see. It's still there. I just think it's criminal not more people watch. Yeah. Got a fun one coming up this Thursday. This Thursday, we did a pastrami dip crawl. So in the LA area, and for some reason, mostly in Pasadena, but in the LA area, they're famous for their pastrami dips. Now, it's not a pastrami sandwich. It's not like you would go to like Stage Door or Carnegie and get a pastrami sandwich. It's not like that at all. It's a pastrami dip. So it's like a French dip sandwich, but it's with pastrami. And there's some places that specialize in just that French dip sandwich. It's just a pastrami dip sandwich. And so there's 4 big ones in that area. And we did a pastrami dip crawl and rated the 4 of them. So that's coming up Thursday. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And then the following Thursday, the Thursday after, we're doing the La Brea Tar Pits. So that's fun, and especially fun because they in July they closed, and they're going to be closed. Not the tar pits themselves. The tar pits themselves are always open, but the Page Museum which is on site at the tar pits, they're going to be closed for 2 years for renovation. So, so this gives you a chance to see inside the Page Museum and the exhibits in the Page Museum. I don't know what it's going to look like when it reopens in 2 years, but at least it gives you a chance to see that. So this week coming up, the pastrami dip crawl, and the week after the La Brea tar pits. So that should be fun. Okay, so we're going to try our poker lager. Poker. And this is like, it's not like anything special, like like a German smoke beer or anything else like that. There's nothing, this is I'm going to a bar to have a beer kind of beer. But, I thought, some of you might not be familiar with this. So we give it a try. That's what we do here. We give things a try that you guys might be familiar with. I enjoy prehistory paleontology. California is a far trip for me. I always wanted to go. Well, it's always going to be there, I think. There's some things that aren't always going to be there. Even natural things like Old Man of the Mountain in New Hampshire, which is now Old Forehead of the Mountain, because the thing, it was there for tens of thousands of years. It was formed by glacial movement, ice expanding and contracting and everything, and it put this profile of a man's face on the side of the mountain. And it was a big tourist thing. People would pull over their cars and look at Old Man of the Mountain. And then about 15 years or so, it fell off. So the thing is like I always tell people, if there's something you want to see, find a way to do it and go see it. I'm assuming the La Brea tar pits are always going to be there, unless it's like one of those made-for-TV movies where the whole thing collapses and there's dinosaurs down there and stuff. But other than that, it should be there. My advice is always, if there's something that you want to check out, if there's something you want to see, if there's some place you want to go, find a way to make it happen. You get to sit, eat sardines and rice for a few months and everything, to put some money aside and everything. Find a way to make it happen, because sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes you never get a chance. Like World Trade Center, right? World Trade Center is another one. Like I know people go. I've been up the World Trade Center a couple of times. I think I took Julie up there. Julie, I took you up to the World Trade Center. Did we go up the World Trade Center? I don't remember if we went to Empire State Building as well, but I know I took you up to the World Trade Center. And, and some people would go like, oh, I can always go up to the World Trade Center. Yeah, no, you can't. So there you go. AI Overview says usahistory.com says China. Oh, is that the question? The answer to the question? Or something else? I don't know. I lose track. All right, let's enjoy our poker. Well, I say enjoy. We might not enjoy it, but that's why we're here, isn't it? We're here to determine whether we're going to enjoy something or not. I have a feeling this is going to be like go into a bar, have a beer. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. I think it's going to be one of those, but we'll reserve judgment. Grew up in New York, haven't been in my adult life, so actually seeing the One World would be insane. The new one. Yeah, I have not been up to the what are they called? Freedom Tower now? I have not been up there. I would like to go. Next time I go to New York, I'll make sure I get a chance to go. I also I don't know if you can go up to the Chrysler Building, but I'd like to go up there, and I'd like to go up to is it 40 Rockefeller Center up at the top? They have an observatory at the top. So I'm trying to remember if we got all our No, we did not. So we did do our Boston, the Custom House Observatory. We did do that. And then coming up, and I'm not sure when it is, I can look it up. We do have an episode coming up of LA City Hall. And LA City Hall, believe it or not, they have a observatory. I think it's on every week on Thursdays at a certain time. You can go up there for free and go to the observatory up in LA City Hall. It's such an iconic building and everything, and it's a lot of fun to go up to the top and see that. So we have that episode coming up soon as well. Never been to New York. I rode through it last year. New York is fun. I think so. Like when I was younger, when I was a teenager, maybe a little bit over, maybe in my 20s and stuff, because it was so close to Boston, we were going to New York a lot. And in the 80s, in the 80s, New York was the kind of place where you keep the doors locked, the windows rolled up. You're careful where you park. And it was like that in the 80s. And I think it was pretty much, it was when Giuliani was mayor of New York, and he really kind of cleaned things up where you could go to Times Square with your kids at like 11 o'clock at night, and it was like a kind of a friendly place to be. So that all cleaned up. I remember around 2000 or so, I was working in New York. I worked in New York for, I think it was about 6 months. Worked in New York. So I was living in Austin. I would take a plane to New York, and on Monday, I would land at Newark, take the Trailways bus to Penn Station. I don't think it was Grand Central. I think it was Penn Station, and then walk up to Times Square near where the office was, and then I would stay in a hotel nearby until Friday, and then Friday after work, I would go home. I would fly home to Austin. I reference that part of my life as the time I lived in New York, lived in New York and went to Austin on weekends. So did that for about 6 months. That was really cool, kind of cool. I just feel like it was like living in New York. And then the following Monday, I'd get up and, I'd finish work. I'd go to the hotel. Hey, Mr. Herr, how you doing? Good to see you. We have your room ready for you. And they try to put me in the same room and stuff. Okay, so let's try the beer. Hang on. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Grew up in New York, haven't been okay. Never been to New York, go through it last year. The question, is there certain parts of Pennsylvania where they pump your gas for you? Because I just randomly remember the trip to Canada last year and a guy came out and pumped our gas. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been to Canada, but I know in Oregon, they pump your gas. You're not allowed to pump your gas in Oregon. They have to do it for you. I asked them one time, I said, why can't we pump the gas? And they said, jobs. I'm like, what? And like, yeah, it gives somebody a job, right? So they hire somebody to pump your gas for you, and so it gives them work. So they don't want you pumping gas; they want the person that they hired to pump gas. I think there's another place. Maybe it's New Jersey. I don't remember exactly where it was, but maybe it's New Jersey where it's like Oregon, where they have to pump your gas. Oh, similar in Jersey too. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, here in New Jersey, we don't have to pump our own gas. So here's a question for you. It says you don't have to pump your own gas, but can you? So like in Oregon, you can't, right? If you get out of your car and you stop pumping gas, they stop you and they go, no, sir, you can't pump your own gas. And then they have to do it for you. So is New Jersey the same way? Or is in New Jersey, you have a choice? You can pump it yourself or you can get somebody to pump it for you. I don't know. I took a sip of this and was busy talking and forgot. That is very much like a domestic lager. So it has that, I don't know how to describe it. It has that kind of weedy, grainy kind of taste. Even though it's 4.0 ABV, it still has a little bit of that, that alcohol flavor in it. It's not, like I said, it definitely tastes like a domestic beer. And that's not always a good thing. It's there's a little bit of a strange aftertaste to it, I guess. But it's not something like you would serve this with food and it would be like refreshing, like unless it's hot dogs and hamburgers, that might work. But I would not serve, like, there's plenty of beers that we've tried that I would serve with food. This is not one of them. This is just kind of like you're at a bar and somebody offers you one of these, you'll drink one of these. But it's just, to me, it's not great. It doesn't suck, but it's not great. And to me, it just tastes like a domestic lager, which I'm not really a big fan, like, Miller or Budweiser or Schlitz or something like that. Not really a big fan of those. I mean, if you drink beer just because you like to drink beer and you're not really particular about the taste and everything, you might really like this. I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. It's not horrible, not terrible, but it's not, it's not great either. So that one's going to get like a thumbs in the middle. All right, so let's go back to our question. Our question was, in what country was poker first played? So let's see, that seems like such a long time ago. Okay, so Julie says China or Persia. Janice Yamanaka says AI Overview says USA. History.com says China. That's funny. Oh, wait, Julie, I missed that one. Julie says, I just said the same thing to Chris. He wanted to meet Shat at the upcoming con this weekend. I told him to do it because you never know. Who's Shat? Or who Shat? Who is Shat, Jules? I think those are the only guesses. Let's see. Oh, Adam Hebb says Guatemala. I think he's answering the question. Schlitz Dad, you're showing your age. You might want to check on your brontosaurus on your back. Do they not make Schlitz anymore? Is Schlitz do they not make Schlitz? Wait, back when we were teenagers, back when we were partying teenagers, we would give money to people to go into liquor store and buy us beer. And the thing is, we were teenagers, so we didn't have a lot of money. So we usually got the cheapest beer. And there was one beer, there was Fort Schuyler, I think it was called Fort Schuyler. It was bad. But it was cheap, but it was bad. It was really bad beer. I don't know if they make that anymore either. Fort Schuyler is like SCHUYLER. I think it was like Fort Schuyler. I don't know if they still make it or not, but if they do, I highly advise that if you see it, run away. Do not try it. It's not good. All right, so the question was, in what country was poker first played? Poker originated in the United States during the 18th century. So if some websites are saying China, maybe, but definitely history records that it was first played in the United States in the late 1800s. That's kind of an iffy. Stroh's. I remember Stroh's. And then what? Let's see. What was the one in the green bottle? They call it the Green Monster. There was one in a green bottle. I can't remember what that one was. There's a lot of like beers. I don't even know if they make anymore. Then there's Heidelman's Old Style. That's a big one in the Chicago area. They might still make that. I don't know. Shat is William Shatner. Okay. All right. I like calling William Shatner Shat. Did anybody say whether they're still making Schlitz? Jules, fire up the grill. Just prepare the car to tip over if you load up your full rack of ribs. Yeah, but never do. Mickey's Big Mouth came in a green box. No, this was way before that. And then there was Grolsch. Grolsch was cool because it had that top that had that little, I don't know what you would call that. Kind of like there was a wire thing that you bent back and it had this ceramic with this piece of rubber on it, like that's the cork, and you could seal the bottle back up again, and seal it up tight because it had that little thing you kind of push down on it. So that was kind of cool. The beer was all right, Oh, I don't like William Shatner. He's one of those people say autism isn't a thing, and I have autism, so yeah, I'm not trying to start drama, but I just don't like him. There's other reasons not to like William Shatner. Some people like him, some people don't, but yeah. He's an excellent singer, though. Almost did a spit take there. All right, cool. So let's start into our snacks. Today's grab bag is brought to you by Demula's, which is now Market Basket, where you get more for your dollar. Jules, is Market Basket is it throughout New England? I know there's some in New Hampshire because there's the ones you go to. I know there's a lot in Massachusetts, but I'm not sure if it's just like a New England thing, Market Basket. So Demula's, which became Market Basket, which I think is still owned by the Demula family, if I'm not mistaken. Julie would be able to tell us. Schlitz is no longer being made. Well, there we go. Now, Schlitz made the beer, but they also made malt liquor. So I remember, and you guys aren't going to remember because this was back in the 70s, they had a Schlitz malt liquor commercial, and they had this song. I don't remember how the whole song goes, but it always started with like somebody would open up a Schlitz malt liquor, and this bull would come in and start trashing the place and everything, and they were like, "Look out for the bull, Schlitz malt liquor bull," you know. So it was like, apparently, you know, it was like, was the other one Unleash the Tiger? The is that Old English? I think it's Old English. I think it's the Unleash the Tiger, another malt liquor. That'll be funny. All right, so do it, Jules. If you're gonna meet him. All right, so these are crema de coco Pirulin bites. This is a product. I always tell you, if it's not a product of Colombia, this is a product of the Dominican Republic, and this is from Grupo Sindoniwas. And Grupo Sindoniwas. It sounds Asian, but it's not. Grupo Sindoniwas was founded in 1951 by Giuseppe and Filippo Sindoni. Oh, there's the Sindone. Sindone I was, maybe. Sindoni. Oh, Sindoni was. Grupo Sindoni was. Okay. It was founded in 1951 by Giuseppe and Filippo Sindoni in Maracay, Venezuela. So this is a product of the Dominican Republic from a company that was founded in Venezuela. The Pirulin snack line was introduced in 1975. So again, these are Pirulin bites, and it's crema de coco, which is coconut cream. All right, so since we're talking about coconuts, this one should be easy. What film featured the actors hitting coconuts together to mimic the sound of horses? Again, what film featured the actors hitting coconuts together to mimic the sound of horses? Oh, do you get these up there, Joe? They have a nice smell. Oh, they're little. Look at the little ones. Ooh, that's kind of a weird texture. No, Jules, it's what is the airspeed velocity of a laden swallow? African or European? These have a like almost like a citrusy taste, like a lime or something. Let's see. Sugar, the main ingredient. Aceite de girasol, which is sunflower oil. Aceite de soya, soy oil. Leche descremada and polvo. So that's milk powder. Let's see. Manteca vegetal. With palm oil. What is that? What is that kind of citrusy thing there? You know, here's the thing with Colombian food, with things that we get down here, there's not citric acid in everything. What is that flavor? Vanillin, sabor artificial de coco. Time to get out Henrietta. Artificial coconut flavor. Which is probably why it has that flavor, because it's an artificial coconut flavor. Why do you have to do artificial coconut flavor? Aren't coconuts plentiful? Nice texture on the cookie part. It's almost like a pastry, like a crunchy pastry. The filling is kind of like gritty, sort of like the filling in a Oreo. It's a little bit smoother than the filling in an Oreo. Like I said, there's a weird kind of acidic flavor in there. I'm not quite sure what that is. And even though it's an artificial coconut flavor, it's not bad. I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle, trending upward. Trending upward because it's actually pretty good, but not like a full thumbs up because it's artificial coconut flavor. and I can't figure out what that kind of acid flavor it is. So thumbs in the middle, trending upward on that one. The question was, what film featured actors hitting coconuts together to mimic the sound of horses? So let's see. Jake says Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Janice says Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Jules says European Unladen Swallows, which is a reference to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Isan said Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Everybody get it right. It is, in fact, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Here's the thing. I love that movie. That is an awesome movie. I love that movie. But for some reason, which it was not as popular, but I liked Life of Brian. I thought Life of Brian was funnier. I don't know why. I just thought Life of Brian was funnier. So again, Monty Python and Holy Grail, great movie, awesome movie, very quotable movie. But I just, for some reason, I like Life of Brian better. I don't know why. Let's see. Vanillin is beaver butt, right? I believe so, Jules. Yeah, it comes from it's castoreum, which comes from the glands in a beaver's butt. So good and so good for you. All right. So yeah, thumbs in the middle trending up on that. Let's see. I was going to mention that one. Always look on the bright. Yeah, that was from Life of Brian as well. There's a missile right, but no Messiah. Yeah, that was a good movie. I like when he painted Romans Go Home on the wall, and the centurion came and he corrected his Latin and said, write it 100 times by sun up, or I'll cut your balls off. That was funny. All right, Life of Brian is also my favorite. I think it's got more of a plot compared to sketches stitched together in other movies. Well, I mean, Life of Brian has a plot too. The thing that's funny about the Holy Grail. The thing that's funny about the Holy Grail is where they at one point they do break the fourth wall, like at the end where they all get arrested. But like the parts where it's Camelot, it's only a prop. Or no, you don't have a horse, you've got two coconuts, you bang them together. All right, let's do another snack. How are we doing on time? We're doing great on time, or we're doing okay on time. Back into the Moolah's / Market Basket Grab Bag. Where are these? Oh, here they are. Who do you think pays for all this rubbish? Oh, I really hate the Romans. All right, you're in. You gotta really hate the Romans. We're not the Judean People's Front. We're the People's Front of Judea. All right. Look at this. I opened them. I'm getting ready to start eating them. I don't even tell you what this is. Yeah. Okay. So these are Biscolata Stars, S-T-A-R-Z, Stars. Biscolata Stars. This is a product of Turkey. And the company is Solon. I think that I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But I think I'm pronouncing it right. Solon, S-O with a little umlaut on top of it, L-E-N, Solon. It was founded in 1989 by Ismail Koban in Gaziantep, Turkey. And the cool thing about Turkey is, I don't know if you guys know this, Turkey changed the spelling of their name. And maybe because it was the international spelling of their name, and it was confused with the bird, turkey. So they changed their name. So it's T-U with the umlaut, R-K-I-Y-E, which is vastly different than it used to be. Canelo, Doodle, you cannot have another snack. I know you smell the snacks, but you cannot have another snack. Not now. Pace yourself. On the top of the hour, I will give you another snack. Okay? I'll give you each another snack at the top of the hour. So just be good for now. All right. So again, Biscolata is a product of Turkey. It was from Solon, which was founded in 1989 by Ismail Koban in Gaziantep, Turkey. And again, they're called stars because they have a little chocolate star on the top of these cookies, and they look like they are filled as well. It looks like some sort of cream and dark chocolate. There's a milk chocolate coated biscuit with milk cream. Oh, that's it. Milk chocolate coated biscuit with, okay, it's just part of the star. Galleta cubierta de chocolate con leche y crema. Approximately 3 portions, depending on who you are. Hi, Doodle. I will give you a snack in a minute. Doodle's like sticking his tongue out down there. He's like, you have snacks and I want one. All right. So since this product is called stars, let's talk about stars. What is the actual name of Japanese throwing stars? Some people call them ninja stars. You know, that the app, what is the actual name of the Japanese throwing stars? So you guys have seen them, right? They're shaped like stars and they throw them and they stick in walls and people, stuff like that. And you've seen them in movies. What is the actual name of Japanese throwing stars? All right, here we go. These are a lot smaller than I thought. There's the chocolate on top, and apparently they're cream filled. Well, maybe what they do is they put the star-shaped indent in and they fill it with cream and they put chocolate on top of the cream, because this doesn't look like it'd be easy to stuff. Let's break that in half and see. Julie, you're so funny. Yeah, there we go. That kind of looks like the picture on the package. The thing about stuff like this with the chocolate is, what is the quality of the chocolate, right? Is it that pukey Hershey chocolate? No, this is made in Turkey. It's not made by Hershey. So I'm guessing the chocolate's going to be pretty good. It's not bad. The chocolate's pretty good. Doesn't have that pukey sour flavor that Hershey's does. Although, I think Hershey's is going back to their original recipe, especially for Reese's, because there was a recent complaint from the guy who made Reese's Pieces. His last name was Reese. His I think it was his grandson was complaining about the Reese's cups, and he was saying that the flavor of the chocolate is terrible, and the fact that they're not even using like real chocolate for it and everything. And then they recently announced that they're going to change the formula back to the original formula they were using for the chocolate. So hopefully, I don't know when that's supposed to happen, but hopefully Reese's cups will taste good, or better, that chocolate that they use in Reese's cups. And hopefully Hershey's learns their lesson and they start making their Hershey's chocolate taste good too. So, but we'll see. Learning your lesson and maximizing your profit are not always the same thing. You'd have to have a catapult, Jules, to throw Shakira at them. You know, or be very strong. I'm not sure I could lift Shakira. Turkey is the hair transplant place? Are you saying that in the country of Turkey they do hair transplants there? I didn't know that. Joshua Maxwell is here. Oh, hey, Joshua. Glad you could make it. What's the adult beverage today? Today we are drinking. Let's see if you're on top of it. Are you ready, Joshua? Today's adult beverage is poker beer. Poker. Don't let me down, Joshua. Let's see. What did I miss? Oh, okay. I didn't miss anything, I don't think. Oh, the last time I heard that, Cadbury ruined Butterfinger forever. Well, it's funny because Cadbury has always had better chocolate than Hershey's, so that's kind of weird. Jake, did I welcome you to the room, Jake? Like, I'm just seeing your name now, and you're a different Jake than the Jake that we're used to here. But Jake, welcome. Let's see, American Cadbury. Oh, American Cadbury's Hershey. Okay. I didn't know that. So Cadbury in the UK is still Cadbury, but Cadbury in the US is Hershey. Okay, I get it now. Referencing Street Fighter and another Jake approaches. Now we got two Jakes in the room. We got Jake James and we got Jake Bonnet. The Jakes. A force to be reckoned with. Let's see. Did you at least buy her dinner before you? Oh, okay. Well, that one's close. It's not like our official one, but it's good, Joshua. It's a good college try, and I appreciate it. All right. So the question was, what is the actual name? Because we were eating stars. What is the actual name of Japanese throwing stars? Let's see what people said. Jake Bonnet said shuriken. Julie said Shakira. Shakira. Janice said shuriken. Jake said shoryuken, which is probably shuriken, probably written the right way. Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, you're all right. It is shuriken. It's funny because I knew that when I was a teenager, only because my older brother was into weaponry. Let's put it that way. So, like, I knew what nunchucks were. I knew what shurikens were and stuff like that. So he knew what they were. I don't know if he knew how to use them, but he knew what they were. So let's put it that way. All right. So that's biscuit. Oh, I didn't rate that. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. Nice cookie. It's almost like a shortbread. The chocolate's really good, and that cream is not like the filling of an Oreo. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's really nice. Really nice taste on that one. So yeah, those are thumbs up, big thumbs up. All right, woo. All right, let's see. That's 2 snacks down. How are we doing? Good. Oh, near the top of the hour, maybe a little bit off, but we'll get there. That was an less than enthusiastic. All right, what is next? Oh, that's this. All right, next on our hit parade, we have, oh, you know what? This has Spanish on it. Oh, no, okay, there. This one has excess sodium, excess sugar, and excess saturated fat. So that's a triple whammy on that one. And let's see, these, excess sugar. All right, so now we're getting into the cheese, guys. This is from Latte. This one has excess in sugar. Oh, no, that'll make sense in a second here. It's cheese that is excess in sugar. So we'll tell you why in a second here. So this is latte queso con manjar blanca. And manjar blanca is a milk-based sweet spread made by cooking milk and sugar and thickening with cornstarch. So it is the same as dulce de leche, if you ever had dulce de leche or arequipe. It's not the same as caramel. So everyone, some people mistake like arequipe or dulce de leche with caramel. It is not the same as caramel because caramel is just sugar. That's all. It's just sugar. Whereas dulce de leche and arequipe have milk in it. But manjar blanca is different because manjar blanca adds cornstarch to thicken it. So we've done one of these before. Well, we've done one of the latte cheeses, and we did the one that had the guava paste in it. So this one's different. This one, and I think they have another one that has like mora, which is blackberry in it. So maybe we'll try that one again. Then maybe we'll try that one soon. But this is latte queso con manjar blanca. And you okay? Are you all right? Hey, you okay? Kyle was making weird noises, but he could be having a cheese fit. He probably knows that I'm holding up cheese. Latte also makes pera cheese. We've done pera cheese on the channel before. They call it pera, which is pear in Spanish. They call it pear cheese because it's shaped like a pear, not because it tastes like a pear or has pear in it. It's shaped like a pear. And that's like their favorite snack. So like if I was to go out in the kitchen right now and get like one of the pear cheeses and open that up, they would be like clamoring and like wanting bites of it and everything. They might want some of this, but I'm not going to give it to them because it has the manjar blanca in it, which is like sugar, and they shouldn't have sugar. So quesos latte are manufactured by La Dulceza, which was founded in 2000 in Bogota, Colombia by Bernardo Meza. Meza Dulceza. La Dulceza in Bogota. It's a cheese company. They make cheese, and founded again in 2000 in Bogota by Bernardo Meza. So again, the name latte, you're familiar with the name latte. It's milk, means milk. So like the latte that you drink is called latte because of the milk, not because of the coffee. It has nothing to do with the coffee. It's called latte because of the milk. So speaking of cafe latte, where was the cafe latte as we know it currently invented? So in other words, historically, cafe latte has been different. But if you go into a Starbucks or any coffee shop and you get a cafe latte, that one, it's relatively modern. Where was the cafe latte, as we currently know it, invented? Where? You can tell me where. If you want to tell me who, and if you want to tell me when, extra points. You know, if you like extra points. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half so that we can get a nice little cross section of this. No, this isn't the one that you eat. You eat the pear cheese. This one has sugar in it. You can't have this. You can't have this one. I should be speaking in Spanish. I think Canelo speaks Spanish because Canelo was born here. Doodle was born in the United States, so Doodle speaks English, which makes it difficult because Claudia talks to Canelo in Spanish and Doodle in English. That's kind of confusing, but I don't think it makes a difference. All right, here we go. So let's cut an end piece off that. There we go. So you guys can see that. It's questionable. No, I can't give you that. I know they smell the cheese. I know they smell the cheese. I can't give this to you because it has what did I call that? Manjar blanca in it, and you can't have that because it has. Let's see. We're at the top of the hour. I'll give them a half a snack. I give them half a snack. That'll be okay. There you go. Yep. Where are you? Okay. Snack for you. Snack for you. And they're happy. All right. Let's give this a shot. Now, as you know, I am not a big fan of caramel, and I'm not a big fan of caramel. It's not because I think it tastes disgusting. It's just really sweet, and I'm not a big fan of really sweet stuff. So that's why I kind of don't like it. But I can appreciate it. So like I can appreciate good caramel or something with caramel in it that it has good taste. I just can't eat a lot of it just because it's too sweet and everything. So it's not one of my favorites. So we'll try this though. Oh, that's weird. Would you guys think that caramel and cheese would go together? Never forget to pay the cheese tax. Exactly. And the tax collectors are like at my back or at my feet. That's kind of a weird taste. I think because it's thickened with cornstarch, that cornstarch gives it flavor, right? And it's a weird flavor. It's like the cheese almost doesn't have any flavor. So it's like kind of the texture of like a mozzarella stick or like a skim, a skim milk mozzarella, or what do you call that? String cheese. It's kind of like that texture and even that flavor, the cheese, a very, very mild flavor, but I can't even say it has like a strong caramel taste. Like if that had a strong caramel taste, that would be different. And again, it's not caramel. It's more like dulce de leche that's thickened with cornstarch. It has a lot of the flavor from the cornstarch. It's just kind of weird. Well, not bad. It's just weird. I mean, we're Trippy Food. We're all about weird, but just like maybe weird in not a great way. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. I think you could do better stuff with cheese. I even think that if you put caramel or even dulce de leche in there, it might be better. But with the manjar blanca, with the cornstarch thickening it up, and you get that flavor from the cornstarch and even some of that texture, just not awesome, So yeah, I would say thumbs in the middle on that one. All right. So the question was, where was the cafe latte as we currently know it invented? So let's see. Adam Heb says Seattle. Janice says Italy. Let's see. I think those are the only guesses. No, it was in the United States. It was not Seattle. You would think it would be Seattle, because Starbucks is from Seattle, but it's not Seattle. The modern cafe latte was invented in 1959 at Cafe Mediterranean in Berkeley, California by co-owner Lino Miorin. So Yeah, Berkeley, California is where the modern cafe latte was invented. I just read them. I don't write them. I actually write them too. Okay, let's see. Oh, American Bulldog have no choice. Yeah, so they're just like food traps. That's what they are. Gladys passed out, didn't hear the magic word said 3 times. Oh, because you have this on speaker. So yeah, so he can hear. Or maybe like Dude will start talking to him and everything, and you're like, hey, you know what we're eating? I like a piece of sharp cheese with like a piece of apple or something. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Jules, so in Julian, California, they're famous for their apples. It's kind of a mountain town, and so it's a little bit cooler up there, and so they're able to grow apples. And so there's a place called Julian Pie Company, and they're famous for their apple pies, and they're outstanding. So they're worth like a 2-hour drive from the LA area just to get their pie, their apple pie. And as an option, you can get like a chunk of cheddar cheese to go with it. It's kind of expensive for that chunk of cheddar cheese. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Like if you're aware, you might want to bring your own cheddar cheese, but they will sell it with a chunk of cheddar cheese, and you eat the cheddar cheese with the apple pie, and it's just they bring out the flavor of each other, and it's really, really good. So that the apple pie is still kind of sweet, but you get that apple flavor, the apple and the apple pie, and the cheese together. And they'll even melt the cheese for you if you want. So if you want, they'll put the pie in the oven or whatever, microwave maybe. I don't know what it is, and they'll melt the cheese for you. But otherwise, they'll give you a chunk of cheese with the apple pie. And I recommend, if you have an opportunity to try that, I recommend it. Hey, Freak Guru is here. A little late, but never too late. So we're an hour in. We've done 3 snacks, I think. Yeah, we still have to do another snack. So we're a little bit behind, but that's okay. You can jump in at any time. That's the beauty of our live stream. Jump in at any time. Like chocolate and a salty cheese is awesome. Yeah, chocolate and cheese is good. Let's see. Don't know if you saw my question, Trippy. I might not have. Like I said, I'm busy yapping and I missed some stuff, so I'm glad you remind me. Was wondering your thoughts on pimento cheese and how you would try it to get the best experience in a sandwich on just white bread. Nothing special, but you just want it as basic as possible. I love pimento cheese. Jules, when we went to South Carolina, we got pimento cheese. Did we get a pimento cheese sandwich? It was like a grilled cheese sandwich, but it was pimento cheese. But like I said, if you're going to try it for the first time, you want the pimento cheese to shine. Is just like I said, just on white bread. If you want to make it like kick it up a notch, make it like a grilled cheese. So put the pimento cheese on. Still use the white bread, whatever. You don't want to do some fancy thick piece of bread where the bread's going to take away from the taste of pimento cheese. You can also use it as a dip. It does well as a dip. But I would do, maybe if you're going to get some, just put it on white bread and eat it like a sandwich, and then try doing it like a grilled cheese sandwich, and that's always good too. So that's what I would do if you're trying it for the first time. But I recommend it; it was really good. Let's see. What did I miss? My mutt is named Freya, so we have to have them meet up. The great state of Vermont will not apologize for its cheese, and it should not. I like a nice what was I drinking? I like a nice Vermont sharp cheddar. And it's the funny thing about cheddar is that people say, well, I like the yellow cheddar better than the white cheddar, or I like the white cheddar better than the yellow cheddar. It's all cheddar. The only difference is the color, and the color comes from annatto. Annatto comes from marigold petals. So that the yellow color of marigold petals, they use that. They call it annatto coloring. You've probably seen that. And sometimes you can get it in powdered form, and it just adds the yellow color to it. But that's the only difference between the orange cheddar cheese and the white cheddar cheese. The only difference is is coloring. And they use, like I said, annatto, which is the from marigold petals, to color it orange. But other than that, it doesn't add or distract any flavor from it at all. Yes, sir. And I've had the dip. Oh, okay. So we did have it in what was it? Is it at that barbecue place with the pig outside? I think is where we had it. and it was just awesome. It was awesome. I think we've done it on the show because I think Kettle Chips came out with a pimento cheese flavored chip, and so we got pimento cheese to put on the chips to see how close it was to actual pimento cheese. So yeah, if you've never tried pimento cheese and you have a chance to get it, now if you go to a really good well-stocked deli, they sometimes have pimento cheese there, so keep an eye out for it and give it a try if you've not tried it. Like I said, it makes a great dip, but it's also great in a sandwich, and it's like especially good if you make a grilled cheese with it. So thank you for smoking. Was the first place I saw the piece of cheese on the apple pie. Oh wow, yeah. Like I said, the first place I ran into it was when I went to Julian, and they said, "Oh, do you want cheese with that?" And I'm like, I hadn't thought of that, but yes, I do want cheese with that. And so now to serve. I mean, and serving like a charcuterie with apples and cheese together, it goes just perfect. Or like pears. Pears. If you're going to serve cheese with pears, I recommend brie. Brie cheese and pears, chef's kiss. Definitely loves other dogs. Definitely like a pack dog. He likes to hump our lab, though he's fixed. Yeah. And I was concerned about that because when we brought Canelo home, Canelo and Doodle were like, I'm like, gee, I didn't know that about dogs. And then I looked it up and I found out, well, it's not true about dogs. So dogs are not bisexual. The thing about dogs is when they do that, it's to establish dominance. So that's just it. It's just a thing of establishing dominance. And I think when the other dog kind of like submits, then the other dog stops and he goes, okay, I'm the boss. And so since they both think they're the boss, that can go on for a long time, and they both do that every once in a while. And then they do that thing where they put their mouth on each other. They don't tear pieces of their flesh out. They show their teeth, and they put their teeth on the other ones, and they just kind of wrestle like that. So every once in a while, it's just like, oh, they're wrestling again. So dogs are like that. Go figure. Apple pie. Oh, thank you, Janice. So we filmed an episode in Julian where we did the apple pie and we had the cheese. So Janice, because she's on top of things, posted our episode. So thank you very much, Janice. When you get a chance, guys, take a look at that. Just follow the link and you'll see our apple pie in Julian, California episode. Jules, did we ever take you to Julian when you came out to California? Did we ever go to Julian? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. That happens sometimes. Top tier doggo battle on Mafia in the making. Will rival One Piece. Yeah. It sounds a lot like they growl at each other and stuff like that, but it's just like at the end of the day, they'll lay down in the beds. One will put their head on the other one and everything. So it's just kind of like, it's just playtime, I guess. Val, thoughts on lab grown meat? I'll try it. Yeah, I'll try it. I was going to say it's not widely available. I don't think you can. It's like almost impossible to get right now. It's not really popular. I think a lot of people are freaking out about it, and they're worried about about it being approved and like what's in it and blah 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 and yada 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 and everything. But if it's genetically the same as meat, yeah, I'll try it. Might even be better, because sometimes you get poor quality meat, good quality meat, or everything. And if it's consistent because it's lab grown, it probably is always going to taste the same. So I would definitely try that, Joshua. We went to Solvang. That's right, where you stuck your foot in a giant shoe. And we went to the Red Viking. I was telling Claudia, we don't have Nashies in the room yet, right? Did I miss Nashies coming in? Is Nashies not here yet? Anybody see Nashies come in? Nashies, did you see Nashies come in yet? Okay. Yeah, because I was mentioning to Claudia about my adventure in Solvang, where I went to the Red Viking, and there's an episode for that too. Solvang, California. I went to Solvang, California, and I went to the Red Viking because they have a smorgasbord. Solvang is a Danish town. It was founded in 1911 by some Danish educators who came to California, and there was like lots of land. And so they, until the 1940s, it just looked like any other California town. It didn't look like Denmark. But then in 1940s, I think it was like the Saturday Evening Post did an article on Solvang and how people were like, tourists were coming up to Solvang, and as soon as that article came out, it went wide open, and and people started going to Solvang in flux. And so what they started doing is they started making the buildings look like buildings in Denmark, and so everything about that's in Denmark. They have like a Little Mermaid statue, because remember, it was not always a Disney movie. It was a Hans Christian Andersen story. They have a big statue of Hans Christian Andersen. They have a Little Mermaid, and they have Danish food. Well, there's a place called the Red Viking, and they do a Danish smorgasbord. And so we did an episode. And when I went in there, I was telling the story today. When we went in there, I went to film, and I asked the manager. I said, I'm just asking, is it okay to film here? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, is there a problem? And she says, well, we had some people come in here. They said they were, YouTubers or whatever, and they ate the food. And then when I went to give them a check, they said, oh, we're not paying. We're giving you free, we're YouTubers, and we're giving you free advertising. And then I said, well, look, I'll pay you up front. I'm going to pay for the food. I will pay you. I'm just checking to see if it's okay to film in here. So if you want me to, I'll pay you up front for the food. Oh, Nashies, there she is. Okay. That's going to be important for a second. So hang on, Nashies. So they said, yeah, they came in here and they ate the food, and then they said they weren't going to pay. So I said, no, if you want, I'll pay you up front. She goes, no, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to do that. So when I went to pay at the end, she said, thank you so much. I'm going to give you the employee's discount. So and she didn't have to do that, but it was nice of her to do that. But just knowing that I didn't stiff her like those other people did. All right. So let's see. Nashi with the surprise cameo. This has been an awesome stream so far. Oh, thank you, Jake. And it's getting better, right? Because now that Nashies is here. So I'm glad Nashies is here because I wanted to talk about something. So I saw Nashies posted on, I want to say it was on Blue Sky. Nashies, correct me if I'm wrong, on Blue Sky. And I think, let me see if I get this straight, is that the University of Arizona is now giving courses on being influencers. Do I have that right, Nashies? University of Arizona doing courses on, yes, okay. So here's the thing, right? I hope that a whole bunch of people pay money to take this course. You know why? Because you don't need a course. So I think it's like influencers make money for doing very little work. And I hope that University of Arizona is doing the same thing, charging people who want to be influencers money for doing very little work. Any of you out there who want to be an influencer, I will save you some money right now, and I will give you the 5-minute how to be an influencer thing. All right. Step 1, have large breasts. Very, very important. Have large breasts and always have your cleavage showing. All right. That's very, very important. Step 2, be blonde. If you're not blonde, dye your hair blonde or get a wig. That's okay too. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, but Val, like I might not be a subject matter expert on stuff. I might not know like a lot about food. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to have any knowledge about that whatsoever. All you have to do is you have to be a salesperson. So you just have to go to like a restaurant or something and say, hey, for $5,000, I will get you in front of like 10,000 people because I'm an influencer. And then when you go to make your video, you don't even have to talk on it, just have music, have like popular music playing in the background, and then just like hold up the food and then hold it close to your cleavage. That's very, very important. And then just like put a big smile on your face when you eat it. You don't even have to say how it tastes or anything like that. And then you do a lot of jumping around a lot too. Just like a lot of jumping around and stuff like that. And that's how you become an influencer. And it's like when I go to a place to do a review, like if I go to check with the manager to see if I can review to check and say, hey, I'd like to do a video for YouTube. Here's my card. I will pay for the food and everything, but I just want to know if that's okay and if we can turn the music down and everything. And 9 times out of 10, they say, yeah, sure, okay. But they say, so you're an influencer? And I'm like, no, I am not an influencer. Please don't call me that. I am not an influencer. You can call me a YouTuber if you want, a videographer. I don't know. I don't know what you would call what I do, but I am not an influencer and I don't pretend to be an influencer. Influencers make a lot of money. But a restaurant will give us an influencer like $3,000 to go in, eat the food, smile, wave, do stuff like that, and get you in front of a bunch of people. And that's the job of an influencer, and that's not what I do. So it's let's see, rage baiting is actually more lucrative. It is. Well, especially like in social media. So you just say something really, really stupid because people are going to say, that's really stupid. And then all of a sudden you get clicks. The more clicks you get, the more money you make. So yeah, absolutely right, Jules. Let's see. Tom came into the room. Welcome, Tom. Glad you can see you. That's why he was waiting for you to get here to talk about this Nashies. That is correct. And Janice, you're on top of it. You've always been on top of it. So Janice posted a link for California Central Coast episode, which includes solving and our little trip to the Red Viking for the smorgasbord, the Danish smorgasbord. So when you watch that video, just remember when I'm eating at the Danish smorgasbord, that's the place where I went to the manager and said, I'd like to film a video here. And she was not enthusiastic about it, because she thought I was going to stiff her like the other people who came in, and it worked out really well. So fun episode, and you get to see what I was talking about as far as solving. So, all right, let's see. What am I missing? Old man grunts. The only thing that would be positive side to these courses would be if they teach you how to set up the camera, shots, lighting, and video editing, and teach better. No. Not if you're going to be an influencer, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. You're just going to need followers. You could buy those, right? You're just going to need a lot of followers, and then you just go to the restaurant and you go, hey, they don't care about the camera angle. They don't know how good it is. You don't even have to have a close-up of the food, and you don't have to talk about the food and everything. So it's not even a positive. It's just like I have no idea what University of Arizona is doing to offer a course on that. But like I said, I just gave it to you in 5 minutes on how to be an influencer. And you need the clicks, you need the follows and stuff like that. And once you have that, it's just a matter of going to a place and going, hey, for $3,000, I will feature your place or your fashions or whatever it happens to be, in a video. I'm an influencer, and a lot of people watch me. So, the whole thing's kind of ridiculous. No, Nashies, but if you're an influencer, it helps. I think. I don't know. What do I know? That's why I don't make the big money. Ever since old guy got his boob job and dyed his hair, ratings have gone up to the sky. That's right. He's almost at 2,000 now. How close are you, Tom? Have you hit the 2,000 yet? Let us know. And Nashies, you were close to what? I think you were close to 2,000, right? Nashies? You were like on the cusp. You were right there. So I like this channel because it's real, but you also know the algorithm behind that. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of, but I'm not going to do that, right? It's like, you're getting me. Now, some people don't look at it as a plus, but you're getting me. You're getting me. Have you seen the real me? Have you? Yeah, it's me. It's just me. And I like to have that integrity of being honest. I'll tell you when something doesn't taste good. I'll tell you when something tastes good. I'm not going to pretend, and I'm going to try to make things interesting for you. Maybe teach you something. Maybe you don't have to, but always make it interesting and present something to you that you might not have seen before. So that's kind of my mission, and that's what I love doing. So, and I hope you enjoy that too. So the 15 of you in the room do. Let's see, around 20. Oh, so you broke the 2,000 mark, and you haven't told it. You didn't tell us. Everybody, please congratulate Tom, old guy in Colorado, for bypassing the 2,000 subscriber mark. Congratulations, Tom. Nashies is at 1766. You guys know what to do. You guys know what to get. If you haven't subscribed to Nashies' channel, do so. Let's get her up to 2,000. That'd be awesome. Has more of a home feel because we talk about a lot here. Even I've made you laugh a few times. Yeah, exactly. This is the episodes, no, but this is a live stream, and the live stream, to me, this is all about communication, right? It's all about me communicating with you and you communicating with me. And I like to learn things from you guys, and I like to, show you guys stuff and everything. And so for me, that's the beauty of it. That's why I love doing this. So I hope you guys get something from that. So, Nashi's Val forgot to mention the need for gloves in order to be an influencer. I don't know. Nashi's, do you consider yourself an influencer? Because I don't really consider you an influencer. You don't really seem like, you don't really seem to fit that mold, that influencer mold. Trippy isn't about influencing, it's about sharing experience and giving you our opinions. Exactly. That's it, Jules. You hit the nail on the head and not your finger, like I always do. Yes, I told you a couple weeks ago. Did we congratulate you on the stream, Tom? Let's see. Nice job, Dashies, and congratulate you. Yeah, okay. Also, when you shout out the other creators in the chat, it isn't pseudo shilling like it is with bigger channels. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they haven't given me anything except entertainment and joy. All right, Val, what's your thoughts on making a Bloody Maria tequila instead of vodka and using pickle juice ice cubes? Pickle juice ice cubes and tequila instead of vodka. I don't know how well tequila and pickle juice is going to mix. I think pickle juice might mix better with vodka, but you're putting that in a bloody. All right. Well, here's the thing. If you're going to make a bloody Maria, and it's still, I imagine it's like the tomato juice mix, and you want pickle juice ice cubes, what I would do is, Jules, do you remember we did that? Was it Grillo's? Grillo's has a Bloody Mary mix that has pickle juice in it. And so I would just use that. Use the Bloody Mary mix. It's not going to have the alcohol in it, but just add the tequila instead of the vodka. That will work. I would do that. I would get that mezcal instead of tequila. You know, it's going to have similar flavor, I think. Jules, do you remember? Didn't we do a Grillo's Bloody Mary mix? Didn't we, Jules? Hello, Canelo. Hello, Doodle. You know what? Since people came in the room, we're going to bring you up. Come on up. Come on. Come on. Come on up. Ooh, I hit his head on the desk. Doodle, come on up. Come on, Doodle. Doodle, come here. Come here, Doodle. Come here. You don't want to come up? Canelo's up. Canelo's up. You want to come up, Doodle? Doodle's no, just give me a snack. I don't want to come up. I want a snack. Let's see. When did I give him a snack? Oh, it was about half an hour ago, I think. Grillo's Bloody Mary mix. Yeah, that's what it was. In the Pickle Gauntlet episode. Thank you, Jules. So what I would do, Freak, what I would do is I would do that. I would get the Grillo's Bloody Mary mix. You know, don't bother with the ice. The thing about ice cubes and putting it in a Bloody Mary mix is then it waters it down. So I don't typically put ice cubes at all in a Bloody Mary, but I would get the Grillo's Bloody Mary mix, which is going to have pickle juice in it, and then just put your tequila in it instead of vodka. It might work. Let's see. I would think that if you were going to do like a Bloody Mary that you wanted to be kind of like Mexican, you're going to put the tequila in and everything, then instead of like Bloody Mary mix or even tomato juice, that you would want to use like you want something with chilies in it. Like, I know this is going to sound ridiculous. You guys are going to laugh at this, but I would say like enchilada sauce. You know, use enchilada sauce. Make a Bloody Mary with enchilada sauce. It's going to add that. Then add the tequila to that. I think that would be really good. And even stick a jalapeno in there. I think that would be awesome. I think I would like to make a Korean Bloody Mary. And so what I want to do is use the kimchi juice, and you put soju in it and make, like usually have some sort of garnish in there. Just put like a Napa cabbage, a leaf of Napa cabbage in there. I think that would be kind of cool. Maybe we'll make all three. That's what we should do. We should make all three of those. Make a Korean one, make a Mexican one, and make a pickle one. I think that would be kind of cool. So, all right, cool. Let's see. Light spice, good heat, Worcestershire, maybe some horseradish. Fang murdered my support pickle. I remember your support pickle. Yeah, your support pickle was in the video. I remember that. If they want pickle ice, they can use the pickle pops. We also had that in the episode. Do you remember who made those, Jules? The pickle pops? That would work. They kind of melt fast, though, I think. But yeah, that would work. Instead, you don't have to do ice cubes. You could do that. Use the pickle pops. Because then when it melts, it doesn't really make water. It really makes, pickle juice, melted pickle juice. Oh, you want to come up, Doodle? Canelo came up. Now you get to come up. I can't guarantee a snack, though. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. The Prince of Snacks is what he is. The Prince of Snacks. Aren't you? Aren't you, Doodle? Aren't you the Prince of Snacks? All right, look, I got one more snack. I'm going to break this in half. Each you get to have a snack. Then that's it, okay? All right. No loyalty. They're gone. They're just like they cooked their snack and they're off. Again, Janice on top of it. The In a Pickle episode where we do the pickle gauntlet. Janice posted the link for that. So if you want to see the and I think correct me if I'm wrong, that's the one where we did the Bloody Mary, the pickled the Grillo's Bloody Mary mix. And yes, Nashies, you are correct. Grillo's is awesome. And I know you use Grillo's a lot, and I don't blame you. There's one brand of pickles that I used to like a lot. You can't find them anymore. They had them at Trader Joe's, and it was Sonoma Pickle something, Sonoma Pickle Company, something like that. And they made, like I would buy a jug of those and just like polish those off like nothing. They were like the best, but I have not seen them in a very, very long time. The reason I was going to use pickle ice cubes is because I already had them. Oh, yeah, there you go. If you already had them, then just go with it. I can't wait to squeeze those boys. Yeah, they won't leave you alone. They're starved for attention. And the thing is like, if you pay too much attention to Doodle, Canelo's going to come in from the side and attack you like a shark, and vice versa. Freak Guru, make a responsibly stiff drink, and with those ice cubes, it should make for a good one. Yeah. Well, what else goes with pickle juice? The Guinness Stout chocolate ice cream I made is amazing. Yeah, I looked that up online, and it looks like other people tell you how to make it. They also said that Van Leeuwen made a Guinness Stout ice cream, but maybe it wasn't Guinness Stout chocolate ice cream. But yeah, I mean, I love Guinness Stout. I love ice cream. I love the Java Jive, and it loves me. All right. So let's see. What did we leave off? We did the cafe latte. I think that was our third snack. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Wow, we are way off. We have another half hour. Can we do 4 snacks in a half hour? I don't know. We'll have to try. Okay. Also, the Great Kool-Aid Pickle Spears weren't bad, but they have a very dill aftertaste. Well, I imagine they would. Yeah, Nashies, it's always fun having either being with Julie up there or having Julie down here, or wherever we are. Wherever we are, we're together. All right, snack number 4. Here's the thing, right? So we are doing a live stream. We are Trippy Food. We do travel and food, and we talk about travel and food a lot. And so if we're doing a live stream and we don't get to all the snacks like as quickly as we usually do and everything, that's okay, because we're talking. We're sharing. We are sharing stuff, right? That's what I think anyway. Okay, this is from Bimbo, not Bimbo, Bimbo. Bimbo. And these are buenazo with exclamation points. And this is a puff pastry with blackberry filling. This is pan hojaldrado con relleno de mora. So puff pastry with stuffed with blackberry. Here's the weird thing, and Jules, you'll see that when you get down here, is the blackberries down here are different than the blackberries in the United States. They're a lot different. They're smaller, they're denser, you're not quite as juicy. You'll see when you get down here, and they're not as dark. That's okay. So this is from Grupo Bimbo. We have done a bunch of Grupo Bimbo products. Grupo Bimbo was founded in 1945 by Lorenzo Servite, Jose Mata, Jaime Gramao, Jaime Sendra, and Alfonso Velasco. and it was formed as Panificación Bimbo in Mexico City, Mexico. It is the largest baking company in the world. Now, here's the thing about this, right? This is a puff pastry, but this is sealed. I don't know when this was made. There's probably like a made date on it, but it's not like you're gonna walk into a bakery and get one of these fresh. But I'm hopefully it'll be good. So let's see, where is he? Do I not see him on here? I do not see him on here. Bimbo has a mascot. Who is Bimbo's mascot? What is Bimbo mascot's name? What is Bimbo's mascot? Bimbo has a mascot. Again, B-I-M-B-O, 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 and Bimbo is its name. All right, let's give this a shot. Puff pastry stuffed with raspberry. Well, blackberry, I'm sorry. Mora. Mora is blackberry. Raspberry is frambuesa. I've learned a lot of Spanish here. Fresa is strawberries. Durazno is peaches. Manzana is apple. Naranja is orange. Mandarina is mandarin or tangerines. I think they kind of fall in the same category. All right, there we go. We got a nice slice of that. This is a puff pastry, but it looks more like bread. You see that? It like a puff pastry is there's a little bit of crispiness to it. There's not much crispiness. This is like, it looks like the texture of bread. Well, let's try this. Tastes like blackberry jelly. That's okay. It's supposed to be blackberry. It's too much like bread. When I see puff pastry, I'm expecting something different. I'm expecting something lighter, like almost like croissant, almost like bread. And it's nice. It has like a crust on it. I like crust on it, but then so does bread. The filling is nice. I don't know. I kind of wish it was like puffier, like more of a puff pastry. So the flavor is good though. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, but trending downward slightly. Trending downward slightly because I just wish there was more like puff pastry in it. Puffy pastry. I don't know. I'm just going off on a tangent now. All right, our question was, who is Bimbo's mascot? Let's see. Yeah, sometimes the conversation is so good and having fun, I forget there's a 2-hour time limit. Yeah, me too, Jake. Which means like we run over if we're gonna do goop mélange. I'm planning on it, but you know, we're probably gonna run over because we have half an hour to do 4 more snacks. And our soft drink, of course. Yes, Jules, he is a big old bear. He's a baker bear because he's wearing a bakery hat. So yes, you're correct there. Bimbo bread is good. Well, that's their thing, Nashies. They were originally formed. Their first product in Mexico City was sliced white bread. That was their thing. So they've been baking white bread since the 1940s. Osito is a white bear. Yes, Janice, you are correct, Janice. Their mascot, his name is Osito Bimbo, which means Osito. Oso is bear in Spanish. Osito means little bear, so it's little Bimbo bear or little bear Bimbo. Bimbo. I say Bimbo, and always like, hey, who's that Bimbo over there? It's Osito Bimbo, which is little bear Bimbo. So yes, you are correct, Janice. Osito is his name, but it means little bear. And he was created in 1945, which was when the company was created. So there you go. All righty. That brings us to soft drink time. And what do we get for soft drink? This one looks really interesting. It looks really interesting because it has excess sugar and excess, what is that? Edulcorantes. I thought that was like artificial sweetener. Could be wrong, but I'm going to find out right now. Because I don't like not knowing something. I don't know if that means like You know, I don't know what that means, but I don't like not knowing something. And I have to find out when let's see. Oh, okay. We need to go Spanish to English. All right. And then get out of there. Spanish to English. Contains sweeteners. Now, contains sweeteners. I don't see that on something with just sugar in it. It just says like exceso azúcares, excess sugar. So this has some sort of sweetener in it beside, because sugar is one of the main ingredients here. Do you hear Canelo squeaking in the background? It must mean that Claudia's here. Let's see. Citric acid. Let's see. I don't. Oh, a white tea extract. That's funny. Conservatives. Oh, it has stevia in it. Claudia's home. So that's why Canelo's going off like a squeak toy. All right, here we go. Oh, I didn't even tell you what this is. I just start pouring, right? Sorry. So this is Mr. T. I pity the fool. This is Mr. T. Limonada de Té Coco, which is coconut tea lemonade. I'm not sure. I don't even know what that means. Coconut tea lemonade. Now, you go to restaurants here and you can get limonada de coco, which is lemonade mixed with coconut, and it is outstanding. It is like amazing. And sometimes they put mint in that as well. It's outstanding. I think this is probably something similar. It's like lemonade, but this also has tea in it. So it's coconut tea lemonade. And then, and again, this is the product line is called Mr. T. And Mr. T is a product line that was introduced by Postobón in 2005. You guys know Postobón. We've done a lot of their products before. Postobón is the largest beverage company in Colombia. It was founded in 1904 by Gabriel Posada and Valerio Tobón in Medellin, Colombia. So again, the product line is called Mr. T. So here's a question for you guys. What is the real name of a wrestler and actor, Mr. T? What is the real name of actor and wrestler, Mr. T? Let's see. Val mentioned the Old Man of the Mountain earlier. As far as the actual site, good, full circle back to Betty Boop. I'm not sure what the connection is between Betty Boop and Old Man of the Mountain. Cheers. Oh, Bimbo was early Betty Boop's boyfriend. That's why. Okay. Which is odd. Let's hope they didn't overdo it with the stevia. Oh, lemon. Lemon's off the charts. It tastes, it's almost like a lemon Jolly Rancher. Now, here's the thing. If it's gonna say excess sugar, if it's gonna have excess sugar in it, why put stevia in it? What's the point? You know, excess sugar, just let the excess sugar ride, right? But if you're gonna add stevia to that, it's like, now you have to have two labels, excess sugar and excess sweeteners. So. Now this is strange. I'm not, the main flavor here is lemon. And then I'm getting the coconut as an aftertaste, and the tea is really subtle. They use a white tea for this, and that's really subtle. I am, as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of stevia, but it doesn't have so much of a stevia, you know, chemical aftertaste and everything. It's not bad in here, so they must have gone really light on the stevia, so not too bad at all. It's actually pretty good. There's little bubbles in here, but I don't know if it's carbonated or it just has little bubbles in it. I don't think it's, did I say carbonated water? I don't think there's not carbonated water in it, it's just water. So I don't know, it just has bubbles in it. That's actually pretty good. The lemon taste is just like incredible. The cocoa taste comes in afterwards. The stevia doesn't kill it, and I mean, just the white tea flavor is kind of subtle. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a thumbs up. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I just saw this week. I've never seen this one before. So they have another flavor too. I can't remember which flavor it is. It's actually pretty good. Now, our question was, what is the real name of wrestler and actor Mr. T? So let's see. Jules said Larry Turode, I think is how you pronounce it. Janice said Lawrence Turode instead of Larry. Jake said Cab Calloway. I think that's it. I think those are the only ones. Yeah, it is Lawrence Turode. Sounds like you need to see a doctor about stevia. Stevia Nicks. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of stevia. This is actually pretty good. Yeah, it's Lawrence Turode is the real name of wrestler and actor Mr. T. Mr. T, who has nothing to do with this product. And if you don't go out and get this, I pity the fool. All right. So let's try this. I'm not going to do a lot of this. I have a feeling, so it's sort of like a shandy with coconut in it. How bad could that be, right? Let's see. I think we maybe need a little bit more beer. So I'm going to put some more of this poker in there. Anybody? It's not shandy-like at all. Glad old guy is still here while I'm referencing big band music. He is a fan of big band music. I love big band music too. And I like that whole resurgence of big band, like that whole big band resurgence, like Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, and who else? Like Royal Crown Review. I think like Big Band Swing. It's actually pretty good. Because again, remember that beer was not like the best beer, and it was just kind of like your average domestic lager and everything. But this really perks it up. And again, the stevia is so subtle in there, it doesn't really create that chemical aftertaste and everything. It's really nice to have that beer with that. The lemon flavor, of course, it's like a shandy, but then to have that cocoa flavor and the tea flavor as well in there. That goes really, really well. I think it improves both. So mixed together, it's actually a pretty good drink. That's a thumbs up. Pirate Captain Val intensifies, or Chief Val Strongbow. I don't know. So on Matt, you guys know Matt Zion. I think a lot of you know Matt Zion, and his channel is called Reckless Eating. And on his channel, they do a lot, especially on Twitch, they do a lot of wrestling stuff. And I haven't followed wrestling in years, and so usually, like if he says, "Who's your favorite wrestler?" or "What wrestlers do you remember?" and stuff like that, and then I'll mention people, and like Matt will go like, "Who is that?" So I mention people like Chief J Strongbow and Professor Tanaka and Haystack Calhoun and Bruno Sammartino and stuff. So that's like when I was a kid, we used to watch wrestling on TV on Saturdays, and there was one wrestler in particular. His name was Mil Mascaras. And we used to think he was so cool because he would wear a mask, right? And we'd never seen anything like that. So, we're in Boston. We see this guy with this mask on and calling himself Mil Mascaras, or his name is Mil Mascaras. We don't think it was really interesting. And that was as a kid. So as I got older, and especially when I moved out to LA, I found out several things. One, he was basically a luchador. So basically, like lucha libre is they dress sort of like superheroes. They wear the trunks, they wear the mask and everything else like that. And that's all he was. He was a luchador, from doing lucha libre. In LA, that would he just would have been another luchador. In Boston, when you're watching him on TV, it's like, what is this? Is he a superhero? What is this? So it was really interesting. And then, come to find out, once I learned Spanish, his name, Mil Mascaras, thinking of it's an unusual name, when you go to look it up, it means 1,000 masks. That's it. So his whole thing was like he's a luchador who, like from Lucha Libre, and his name was 1,000 Masks. But like I said, as a kid, watching him doing wrestling and everything is like, oh, there's this guy in like a mask. He's like a superhero, and his name is Bill Mascaras. That's really interesting. So it's like, I don't know. That's just there was TV, yes, but it was black and white, Jules, and it had like the big tube sitting on top of it. Yeah, never mind. Never heard of him. Well, again, I'm old, so. Tom, look up Renato Carosone and his original version of Tu vu fla l'americano for a fun listen. Well, I'm going to look it up too. All right, round 2, and we have 15 minutes. How are we going to do this? We're like 4 snacks in. We have four more snacks left, and we get 15 minutes. I don't think we can do this. We might go a little bit over if that's okay with you guys. So just let me know, because we're going to do goop. And if we do goop, we're going to run over. So it's up to you guys. You know, stick around for that. All right, let's see what's next. Here we go. Again, Uncle Val goes off on these tangents and, and waste all this time. So, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's a waste of time. It's always fun talking with you guys. All right, what is next? Oh, okay. So we have 2 products from Yupi. So we'll kind of do them at the same time. Yeah, here they are. Yes, freak. That's exactly what we're going to do. Ha, 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 ha. You will spend more time with us and you'll like it. Oh, you probably will. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody does mine. All right, so let's do like this one first. So the company is Yupi. Technically, it's called Productos Yupi. And the product line is Tosti. So these are Yupi, Tosti, Arepa, Queso, y Mantequilla. So arepa means arepa. It's a particular thing. I think we've done arepas before, if I'm not mistaken. If we haven't, we should. Jules, when you come down here, we're going to do a bunch of different arepas. So there's like, here in Colombia, there's like 10 different kinds of arepas, and we're going to do all 10 kinds of them. So these are arepas with queso y mantequilla. So queso is cheese. Sometimes, depends on the one, like what is it called? I had one this morning. The choclo, arepas choclo. It's made with like the Andean corn, but sometimes they put cheese in that. They mix cheese in that. And then sometimes the Santa Fereño one, the one from that they eat in Bogota, is the big flat white one. And sometimes they'll melt a slice of cheese on top of that for breakfast. So this has cheese on it, and mantequilla is butter. So other times, it's kind of like a one or the other, right? So here we go to a restaurant, and they bring you an arepa. Sometimes it'll have cheese on it, or sometimes people will want cheese on it, and then other times it'll come out plain, and so you'll put butter and a little bit of salt on there, right? And everybody does it the same way: butter and a little bit of salt. So it looks like these are doing both, the salt and the butter. All right, so as long as we're talking about arepas, what is the Venezuelan version of the arepa? The Venezuelans have a version of arepa as well. What do the Venezuelans call their arepa? So again, these are from Productos Yupi, which was founded in Cali, Colombia by Isaac and Lazar Galinsky in 1978. I'm only going to say this once. We have another product by them, and I'm only going to say that once. I made for the girls this week. The way Claudia made them when she was here, she made them way better than I did. Well, she's had years of experience, right? I wonder if we have some. Now I want an arepa. I think I will. Just let the roulette ride. All right, there we go. Always bet on black. All right, it looks like a tortilla chip, but that that's essentially, it's just a thinner arepa that's fried instead of however they make arepas, like on a grill. You can see the salt on it. All right, so this is mantequilla y queso, butter and cheese. I'm not expecting it to taste like, it does though. I was going to say, I don't expect it to taste like an arepa because it's like a fried chip. I think it's fried, maybe baked, but it does. Oh my God, it's an arepa. It don't taste like a Dorito. It tastes like an arepa. They hit it. They hit it. They got it right on the mark. They got it. They hit it. That tastes like an arepa. Wow. That's amazing. That's a big thumbs up. Those are really, really good. If you guys have had arepas and you can get these, try them because it just tastes like you're eating an arepa. A crunchy arepa, but it still tastes like an arepa. Wow. They were white and corn. Yes. But again, remember, like some of the big ones, are made with white corn, but then the arepas choclo are made with the Andean corn, which is the yellow corn. So they're obviously yellow. And then there's the ones like boyacense. Boyacá is one of the departments here in Colombia. And so arepas boyacense are arepas in the style of the department of Boyacá. And those are thick. They're like that thick. And they're the yellow corn ones that are like really, really thick. Sometimes they put cheese in them. So stuffed arepas. Yes, exactly. Those are really, really good. All right. Question was, what is the Venezuelan version of the arepa? I think Janice said stuffed arepa. Maybe that was the answer to the question, but there's actually a name. They are called cachapa. The Venezuelan version of the arepa is called the cachapa. All right. So now there's another. We're doing another toasty, and this is empanadas carne. And so in Colombia, everybody does empanadas different. So a lot of South American and Central American countries have their own version of the empanadas. Like you've probably seen the Argentine ones. The Argentine ones are bigger. They're much bigger, and they're usually baked. Whereas the Colombian ones are fried. They're smaller. They're about that big, and they're fried. And so what you do is you kind of cut them open, and you take ají, which takes those ají peppers. We've had those ají peppers before. You take it's a little bit of ají pepper mixed with onions, some other stuff, and you put that in it, and you take delicious. So I'm assuming, because this is a product of Colombia, I'm assuming that they're going with like the Colombian empanada taste. Now, they're showing you a little bowl of carne molida, which is the ground beef. Pasabocas de maíz sabor a carne. So it doesn't say artificial flavor, so we don't have to get Henrietta back out here. It's saying it has meat flavor. I am all about meat flavor. Okay, so they look like, well, they look close to like little empanadas. You can see like they're kind of puffy. You know, obviously a real empanada would be much larger than that and then much thicker than that, and would have meat in them. I'm holding this up to the light and I can see all the way through it. So it doesn't have meat in it. Hopefully there's meat in the chip. Texture is way different too, because it's crunchy. And the empanadas, even though they're fried, they're not really crunchy. Oh, that's nice. Very savory. These would be really nice to dip in the ají. Oh, yeah. Those are good too. I'm going to have to find some more stuff by that brand. They do a good job hitting the mark on what they're trying to do. Those, big thumbs up. Okay. I didn't ask a question about empanadas. Let me ask a question about empanadas. Where did empanadas first appear? You guys want to take a shot of that? If you don't want to take a shot at it, don't. That's okay too. What did I just do? I did something bad. Okay. All right. What do we got? 2 snacks left? 1 snack left. I'm not sure. I keep deleting stuff and it just doesn't come back. All right, so we are doing these next. These look really interesting. So these are from Vector Foods. And the product line is called Monte Rojo, which is Red Mountain. Monte Rojo Gourmet. Papas is potatoes, so they're potato chips. And these are nuggets de pollo con miel, which is chicken nuggets with honey. Or they say honey chicken tenders. It says nuggets. They're chicken nuggets. Let's see, artificial flavor or real flavor? Papas con sabor a nuggets de pollo con miel. Miel, which is honey. I don't see where it's artificially flavored. And the cool thing is no warnings on it. So, you know, good stuff here. Let's see, ingredients. Yeah, natural chicken flavor. All right. Question, right? So again, the product line is called Monte Rojo, which is Red Mountain. Where is Red Mountain Volcano located? Where is Red Mountain Volcano located? Ooh, nice smell. So these should taste like chicken nuggets with honey. I don't think I've ever had chicken nuggets with honey. They're really savory. The honey's subtle. I'm not sure I'm getting honey at all. These are nice because they leave the skin on the chips. I always love the chips when they leave the skin on. My dad is making potatoes for the Pope. That's right, papas for the papas. Papas for papa. Papa's papa. Papa is making papas, papa. Papas. All right. It has a subtle chicken taste. It has a savory taste, but it's subtle chicken taste. It's not a really strong chicken taste. Kind of get it on the aftertaste. I kind of wish that they kind of up that chicken flavor. The honey is subtle as well. You kind of get the honey on the aftertaste. So it's kind of like the flavors are there, but they're subtle. And I think they should kick those up a little bit. So I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle, trending upward. I mean, they do have those flavors in it, but there's just not enough, punch. So I think thumbs in the middle, trending upward on there. I would like to see them kick those flavors up a little bit. So the question is, where is Red Mountain Volcano located? Let's see. Janice Yamanaka says, Coconino National Forest of Northern Arizona. Yes, Janice, you are correct. It's 25 miles northwest of Flagstaff, Arizona. That's Popeye's favorite food. Chicken! That's funny. I mean, the original thing is funny. And I think we got one left. How are we doing on time? Well, we're at 5 o'clock now. We have time for one snack, and then we'll get right into goop mélange. All right, so these are margarita. You guys can tell from the logo who makes these, right? But there was a company previously in Colombia called Margarita, which was purchased by them. And so that's why it has Lay's logo on it, right? Maybe it says, no, it says Layla. This is, yeah.
I locked myself out.
Oh, okay. Claudia, lock yourself out. I'll be right back. She has been rescued. Claudia has been rescued. All right. Margarita. These are francesitas, which is like little Frenches. No, I mean, it's kind of weird. Sabor a salsa de tomate. Salsa de tomate is not tomato sauce. I would think it was tomato sauce if I'm literally translating. It is not tomato sauce. It is ketchup. So it is ketchup flavored francesitas, which I guess are supposed to be like little French fries. But francesitas is kind of a weird name because I think down here they call French fries papas frances or papas fritas. I also call them papas fritas. So they're like French fries, sabor a salsa de tomate. However, it's papas fritas con sabor artificial a tomate. It's like artificial. Why would you have to do? Yes, Henrietta's here. Why would you have to do artificial tomato flavor? I mean, like they throw tomatoes away. Why would you have to do artificial tomato flavor? Maybe they haven't figured out a way to get tomatoes into the chip without making the chip soggy. Ask a Canadian how they do it, because the Canadians have that down to a science. So a little bit disappointing. Anyways, this is originally it was Productos Alimenticos Margarita, or Papas Margarita. It was founded in 1950 by Don Felix Asensio in Bogota, Colombia. The company was acquired by Frito-Lay, now PepsiCo, in 2000. So again, the company was called Margarita. It was bought by Frito-Lay. So as long as we're talking about Margarita, who is the Margarita pizza named after? Who is the Margarita pizza named after? All right, let's try this. This is full of air. I don't know why. That might not be a good thing. Canadian ketchup chips. Canadians know how to make ketchup chips. I have had like American, like Lay's or Ruffles or something. I've had their ketchup chips. Canadian ketchup chips they're just like, I don't know. They're just like the Canadians know how to do ketchup chips. Because artificial is cheaper, brah. Is it though? Is artificial tomatoes cheaper than tomatoes? How is that possible? All right, they kind of look like French fries, but then they're kind of hollow in the middle there. They definitely don't have the oomph that that the Canadian ketchup chips do. Maybe I'm being harsh on them, comparing them to Canadian chips, but you know, that's the gold standard. And I think somebody said that when the Canadians developed, or when they first made the ketchup chips, that they tried to make them taste like French fries with ketchup. I don't know what they do, but they're awesome. These, you have to eat a bunch of them till you kind of get that ketchup, you know, that vinegar and sugar kind of taste to it. Not like overly tomatoey. They're okay. And I mean, I'm trying not to compare them too much to Canadian ketchup chips, but it's hard not to. I'm gonna say thumbs in the middle. Maybe they're not terrible, but you know, it's an artificial tomato taste, so it's not like you know, it hasn't kicked up the tomato and everything. I don't know. I just thumbs. It's a nice snack, but it's not. It doesn't even remind me of ketchup. Thumbs in the middle. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Because we're a little bit, we're only 5 after, but so won't take too much of your time. But it is time once again when we do goop mélange. All right, so I have a goop mélange bowl. Let's start with the stuff that we've cut. So we are going to do our Bimbo Buenazo puff. That didn't go to the floor. Puff pastry with blackberry filling. That's really more like bread. But, you know, it's from Bimbo, so I'm not surprised it's more like bread. Because they are a bread company. But they also make the pingüinos, and they make the gancitos. All right, so there's that. Let's see, we got that. And let's do our toasty empanadas carne, which were really good. I think the cheese might be the thing to throw this off today. Let's do one more. Yeah, one more of those. And now our margarita I didn't mention, so I asked you guys who the margarita pizza was invented for, and I didn't check the answers. So let's see. Jules said Saint Margherita. Janice said Queen Margherita of Savoy. Janice, you are correct. The margherita pizza was named after Queen Margherita of Savoy for a pizza Raffaele Esposito made for her in 1889 in Naples. All right, where were we? Okay, we got these. We got the empanadas. Let's do the chicken nuggets with honey chips that aren't very chickeny and aren't very honey-y, but they go in anyways because we do not discriminate. All snacks end up in the goop mélange. All right, let's see. We have our mid francesitas con salsa de tomate artificial. We got those. They're like half a French fry, lengthwise. Okay, those go here. We have our, these are arepas. Those are so good. I mean, I swear I was eating an arepa. You know, even though it was thin and crunchy. There's that. And I got my finger bowl. It is time when we do the goop mélange. One snack in the goop mélange. Two snacks in the goop mélange. See, I'm going to break these up. You can try that. These are the Piroline Bites Crema de Coco. We did a couple of cocoa things today. Well, one was a beverage. Ooh, that's that cream. It doesn't break very well. Sometimes the goop is a thing of nightmares. Sometimes it is. And sometimes it's just a like, wow, those go good together. But I would never make that. Because who in their right mind, buy stuff like just to do goop mélange. All right, I did put in the arepas, right? I think I put in the arepas. So what am I missing? I am missing the biscolata stars with a Z. I'm going to put two in because they're small. That filling doesn't break up very well. And then last and not least are latte, queso, manjar blanca. This is my, I'm not going to show you guys that because that's nasty. It's like the caramel stuff oozing out of the open end. It just looks like something you need an ointment for. Ugh. Ugh. In it goes. All righty, kids. Let me wash my hands a little bit here. Okay, let's see. Just do a little housekeeping here. Housekeeping. All right. Unless it's like X-rated, Nashies, go for it. If it's double entendre, go for it. Again, remember, we are family friendly, not a family channel. Good, okay. Tell me later. I forgot about the cheese too, but it was reminded horribly. Goop mélange, everybody. that caramelly thing is the only thing sweet here. Now mixed in, the cheese has more flavor though. So I won't be on Saturday if you do a Saturday stream because I'll be at Fan Expo in Boston with the girls and getting ready to fly, but I'll see you next time with your Uncle Val. That's right. You won't be here Saturday. You'll be here no, not the next day. We're going to meet you. You'll be here a couple of days later. And you'll see a lot of Julie. Well, kind of an odd thing. Okay, so the blackberry, the mora jelly in the puff pastry, you can taste that. That has a sweetness. That's not horrible. The savory and potato chippy kind of, the chip kind of stuff really comes to the forefront. It's okay. It's not great. It's not horrible. I'm not thumbs in the middle on that one. Maybe I'm trending up a little bit because there's nothing really offensive in there at all. So maybe like trending up slightly, but still thumbs in the middle on that because good balance of sweet and salty and spicy, or too much one way. It is a good balance, and it's a very, very good balance. So, and some of the flavors actually come out. So that's kind of nice. So that's our goop mélange for today. And that's our show for today. So once again, I thank you guys for spending the weekend with us. Always something I look forward to, spending time with you guys. And I hope you guys have as much fun as I do doing this for you guys. So if you have not subscribed yet, please do so because it helps. Like the videos, leave comments. I will answer every comment that you leave and have, I think. And also support the other channels that we recommend too. Nashi's, Old Guy in Colorado, Janice Yamanaka. We don't recommend them unless we think that you'll enjoy them too. And so if you don't remember who they are, just go to our main YouTube page and scroll down to featured channels that are all in there. And when you do watch those channels and you do like them, which we think you will, go ahead and subscribe to them as well. Go ahead and like their videos and leave comments as well. Let's get Nashi's up to 2,000. Let's do that. So let's help out with that. So really, really appreciate your support. And I just love the camaraderie that we have. This is like, I could not ask for a better community. I think since we started doing the live streams, we've only had to like block one person. And it was just a troll who came in who, it was just a troll. So, but as far as the people, who, regulars and everything, we have not had to block anybody. So I think it's a really great community, and I really, really appreciate your and thankful for your support. So thank you all very, very much. Again, might do Saturday. I'll let you know ahead of time. So like, midweek or like towards the end of the week and everything, I'll post something and let you know, are we going to do one or are we going to like wait? So I'll let you know either way. But either way, I hope to see you all again soon. I really appreciate your support, and I want you to have a great week. And next time we talk, you can tell me all about it and all about how wonderful your week was. So let's hope that you guys have a great week. So thank you so much, and we'll see you all soon. But remember, it's crazy out there, so please be careful. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.